Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a video about makeup brushes. Especially if you're starting out to be a freelance makeup artist, you need to know what brushes to use for your clients. And if you're not a makeup artist, you don't have to be a makeup artist. I'm just going to let you know what's the must-haves you need in your collection, your kit, whatever you're using it for. Must-haves. These are like my holy grails. I need them. Is what you gotta use. Start off with a foundation brush. The way I'm gonna apply it to my face. Loving is this Morphe MB8. I will list all the products down below, so don't worry about it. Especially if I don't, by accident, don't mention them, I will have them down below. So this is the MB8 brush, and it's just a very dense brush, and it's by Morphe. And I've been using it for about 3 weeks now, and I really love this brush for foundation. It's like, it just gives you a flawless finish. I used it for my face today. It just gives you like an airbrush finish. It's like one of my holy grails. I don't know why I didn't buy it sooner. I've been missing out on you. Like, how I lived without it. It's just like the best brush ever that I've used so far. What's this all my life? Brush I use this mainly for cream contouring. I really love this brush. This is by Real Techniques. It's called Expert Face Brush, and you can get these at, I know Ulta sells all their brushes on realtechniques.com, Amazon. Those are like the main places you can find them. Well, but this brush, like, this is like a must-have. If you're gonna do cream contouring on your clients or on yourself, this is like the brush. Like, look, this brush, it's so small, it gets in there, it blends really nicely. It's really meant for foundation, which I gotta say, it does a good job at foundation. But since I found, where is it? Like, I put it down. Once I found the Morphe brush, I was like,
I dropped it and I was like, no.
This is my foundation brush. But I do still use this, and I mainly use it for cream contouring. Yeah, mainly cream contouring, just to blend everything out. I like to just, it draws the line really well. So I could draw it on my face and then draw on my face. But I can draw all the contouring out and then blend it out with this brush. Cream contouring, hands down, is, I'm going to talk about bronzer. So I use this to contour, but I mainly do cream contouring, and that's how I use powder if I'm using powder bronzer that day. This brush for bronzer is just,
I don't know.
This is the e.l.f. Mineral Best brush to apply bronzer with. It's just hands down the best bronzer brush I ever tried. e.l.f. brushes, they're only $3. You find them at Target. Also buy them off their website, e.l.f. And it's just like the best brush. Another e.l.f. brush that I want to talk about is stippling brush. Rules in makeup, like, you can use any brush for anything. No rules in makeup. So this was mainly for foundation, and that's what everyone was using it for, or whatever. I really like this small, this is by e.l.f. too. I like this small stippling brush. This with blush. It does like an incredible job with blush. Plus it's really small, so I don't pick up too much too much product. So I like to take this, and especially it's a stippling brush, it takes less product. So if you take this with blush and you blend it out, it won't take as much out, and it does a beautiful job at blending. It blends so nicely.
You can do whatever you want, but use whatever you want.
So two things I want to talk about is beauty blenders. Everyone's craving about it. Everyone's like, should I buy beauty blenders? But I have a beauty blender. Let me just talk about this. I have a beauty blender, if I could find it. No, I'm not going to be able to find it. I have a beauty blender, and I like it. When I first got it, I was like, oh, okay, this is nice and whatever. And then when I started applying my makeup, I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. The only pain is that you have to clean it all the time. Like, I feel like I have to clean it like every other time I use it. And I mean, you should, because it's a sponge and it has a lot of bacteria or whatever. But I've been using dupe beauty blenders for the longest. I've used this one, which is Real Techniques Miracle Blending Sponge, something like that. It's called Miracle Complexion Sponge, but it's by Real Techniques. They have this at Ulta too. These are like $8 compared to the beauty blender that's $20. It does the same job. When I first got the beauty blender, I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. When I used this, I was like, it does the same thing. And the only difference is that it's a different shape, which I like. I actually like this shape better because it's flat on one side, so you really pack on your foundation, and then it's like the other one, it's pointy on this side, and you get to apply your concealer. So I really like the Real Techniques. I purchased it like so many times. Best ever. So many people don't know what eye brushes to pick. There's so many different eye brushes. There's pencil brushes, there's blending brushes, there's whatever brushes, even brushes. And that might sound a lot for eyeshadow. You need a lot of brushes for eyeshadow, especially if you need to blend it out, if you're doing a defined crease. Especially I like to do the cut crease. You need a lot of brushes for those. You need a blend out, you need a brush to do the cut crease, you need a brush, you just need so many brushes. So these are all Morphe brushes, mainly all Morphe brushes. I think I just have one that's not. This blending brush, and this is what I mainly use to blend, and this is called the M330, and it looks like this. It's just a typical blending brush. It's kind of smaller than a regular blending brush, and I just love this, how it blends into your crease. It blends really nicely. I mainly just blend this out, especially if I have a lot of colors going on in my crease. I use this mainly just to blend all the colors into my crease and diffuse them. This is just does a beautiful job at blending. It's just the best brush ever. Like, hands down the best brush. You need it in your life. And I think it's only like $6. It's really inexpensive. So another brush I use also to blend in my crease, but I usually use this if I'm using like if I'm using like a color just to pack on other colors. I use this brush, and this is the M441, and it looks like the other, but I think that one is a little bit bigger. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger, and I use this mainly just to like pack on different colors in my crease and just to blend them all together. I like this brush, and this is the M441. So another brush, it looks like the other brush, but it's a smaller version. I think it's the same like line or whatever, and the difference of the white ones is that it's real hair. And what I mean by that is that it has goat hair, and they say that your brushes should have real hair because it's better to blend, and I believe that totally. And these brushes blend so nicely. Like, you could have like 100 colors in your crease. If you blend this out with this brush, it's like a dream. It's like a dream. Like, it's really nice. This is the M514, just a smaller version of the other one, and I like this mainly like if I'm doing like an outer corner color, like I'm trying to deepen up the crease or whatever. I usually use this because it really gets in there. It's really small, it's precise, and I really like that. Another brush I like is this little tiny brush, and this is called the pencil brush, and this is the M515. Is this the same number? No, that was the 514. This is the 515. And this is called the pencil brush. It's smaller than usual. A lot of pencil brushes are usually bigger, but this is really small, so you can either smoke out the lower lash line or deepen in the crease. I love this brush to deepen in the crease, especially if you're doing a cut crease like me. It just gets in there and it blends it out so nicely. Like I used all these brushes on my face today, and it just did a really nice job at cutting up that crease, especially if you're doing a cut crease or like a dramatic look or whatever. This does a beautiful job at putting any particular color in the crease, and you can blend it out with the other brushes. It's a dream. You just have the best eye look ever. So three other brushes I have is, this is called the flat, I think it's the flat brush or flat shader brush, and this is the EV11 by Sedona Lace. I'm pretty sure Morphe brushes has a flat brush like this, but I got this before I got the Morphe brushes. This is by Sedona Lace, the EB11, and it's just a flat brush. You can actually get this anywhere. They have a lot of different companies. Morphe brushes probably has the same brush, and I really like this to pack on the color onto your lid. This is what I mainly use it for. You need a brush to pack on color, and this is Sedona. What am I trying to say? This is just a flat brush, and I like to pack it onto my lid, and it does a beautiful job. You can use this for shadows, you can use these for cream shadows, you can use these for pigments. So it's like a multi-purpose brush, and you don't have to get so many brushes for those. It just does the job. It packs onto the color really nicely, and I just love it for the lid. So two other brushes is that this brush is by Morphe also, and it's the G28 by the Gunmetal brushes, and I heard these brushes, the brushes in that line is like the best kit ever, but I'm pretty happy with these brushes. But this is the brush I picked up from that series, and it's the G28, and it's a flat definer brush, and a lot of people use like the pencil brushes to use for their what am I trying to say, lower lash line. If you want to pack a color on your lower lash line and really shade that in, this is like a dream. It blends out so nicely. It really gets underneath your eyelash line, and it really packs onto that color. So I really like this flat definer brush. So the last and only brush we have is also by Morphe, and this is the M559, and this is my eyebrow brush. So it looks like this. It kind of looks like the flat definer. It's really flat, but this one is obviously smaller, and I love this to scope out my brows. This works so well. If you have the Anastasia dip brow, it works so well with this. I'm pretty sure it's going to work well with powders too, but the Anastasia dip brow, it just does such a nice job with it. It really scopes it out, and it's really small, so you don't pick up too much color. It does your brows justice. Like it's the best. It's the best. So that's it for my makeup brushes, and these are like the must-haves. You don't have to pick these brushes up. These are like the brushes I recommend. That's it for my video and my ramble video, but you guys need to pick up these brushes. Like, I'm telling you, you will thank me and say, Bianca, you were right. So check down the description down below. I will list all the products down below. Don't forget to check back on my channel. Don't forget to check back on my channel. On Friday, I'm deciding that I'm going to do videos on Wednesdays and Fridays. See you guys in my next video. Bye! I'm not tired. I'm not tired.
Make this video. I just want to make this video. Okay, 1, 2. I just knew what I was going to say. I said this like 6 times.
Back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about makeup brushes and
It's coming to me. It's coming to me. It only took, how long is this? Like 5 minutes. Just took me 5 minutes just to say the same thing over and over and over. And then you stop playing with my ponytail. Stop playing with your hair. Keep your hands away from your hair. Like to use, I don't know where I was going with that.
shoulders like
Back to my channel. Today I wanted to do, it's about makeup brushes. She said it 6 times.
coffee break.
Yeah, I don't need coffee. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't need coffee. I need sleep. That's what I need to do.